Holy shit, today is a very interesting day. So, woke up and I saw just a post on Instagram saying Tom Hiddleston's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. I'm like, oh, cool, okay. And then as I kept going through my feed, I keep seeing the back of those fold-out chairs that you'd see on a film set. I'm seeing a few names. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, what is going on? And then I go to YouTube and people are doing live streams of this giant 5-hour odd reveal video from Marvel of the entire cast for now of Avengers Doomsday. So even the Russos had it on their Agbo Instagram. So there were a few things that I saw where people were taking the piss. At one point, Robert Pattinson was on the back of one of those chairs and I actually fell for it for a split second. I'm like, holy shit. DC lending out Batman for now. So in this video, guys, I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on the cast reveal for Avengers, not Avengers. Doomsday. So is this the final locked in cast? I don't think so. You know, we've seen a lot of times where films are way into production, like halfway through production, and there'll be a casting announcement. So I think there's still a few surprises to be had with this film. I don't think the Russos, Marvel, Disney would blow their load all at once. I still think they have a few cards up their sleeve because I think they're banking on this film to bring back the Marvel of old. For me, Marvel of old was right up until Avengers Endgame. And then after that, it hasn't quite been the same. We had a few moments of glory, but for that, everything else has just felt flat. And I feel like this is them trying to come back and recapture, like I said, the Marvel of old. Now, obviously, we have Robert Downey Jr. back, not as Tony Stark, but as Doctor Doom. Apparently, this is based on a variation of Tony. This is what the murmurs I'm hearing. Apparently, he is going so far into this character. He's writing a backstory. I think it's one of those things where he doesn't want to come off as Tony Stark at all. Because essentially, Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. And I think he wants to do something so different. Whereas if he did something where you see hints and mannerisms of Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr., it can be a bit of a distraction. So I think he's just giving it his absolute all and just diving straight in headfirst into this character to make sure that he can give the best possible representation of Doctor Doom. So the article I'm referencing that has the full list, the full lineup is from comicbook.com. So firstly, I feel like this is the core four. We got Chris Hemsworth as Thor. We got Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Like the Fantastic Four film isn't even out yet and she's already announced in Avengers Doomsday. We got Anthony Mackie back as Sam Wilson, aka Captain America II. We got Sebastian Stan back as Bucky. We got Letitia Wright back as Cher from Black Panther 2. We got Paul Rudd back as Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man. I did like when they did that sweep along video or the initial live stream, we saw Paul Rudd's chair is extremely teeny tiny. Very good. We got Wyatt Russell back as John Walker, aka US Agent. We got Tenoch Huerta-Major back as Namor, and I probably butchered that. I am so sorry. We got Eben Moss-Bacharach as Ben Grimm / The Thing. Again, part of the new Fantastic Four film. We got Simu Liu back as Shang-Chi. I actually really liked Shang-Chi. I didn't think it was a bad film, so it's cool to see him back. We got Florence Pugh back as Black Widow II. Kelsey Grammer as Hank McCoy / Beast. As soon as I saw that particular name on the back of that fold-out chair, I shit myself with excitement. I am a big Kelsey Grammer fan. I'm a big Frasier fan. I think Kelsey Grammer as Beast is one of the smartest casting choices in comic book movie history. And I know that's a bit of a stretch, that's a big take, but I think he is perfect for the role of Hank McCoy. It's essentially Frasier in heavy, beautifully designed prosthetic makeup. Obviously, in the Marvels we saw, it was all CGI mocap. I think Kelsey even said, like last year, he's game to get back in the makeup because he loved that role so much, which just makes me happy. We got Louis Pullman as the Sentry. We got Danny Ramirez back as Falcon, who we recently saw in Captain America Brave New World. We've got Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch, again, part of the new Fantastic Four lineup. We've got David Harbour as Red Guardian, which we're about to see once again in Thunderbolts. We've got Winston Duke back as M'Baku, and I love his character. He's actually really good. So very random, but very cool to see at the same time. We've got Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Like I said, that was the first announcement I saw this morning. I thought it was just a one-off. We got Patrick Stewart returning as Professor X. We got Ian McKellen returning as Magneto. Those two, big surprise to me. I thought they were done and dusted, relieved of duty. In terms of where this is going to go, particularly for Professor X, considering what happened in Logan, I have no idea. It's obviously going to be separate timelines, kind of how they handled Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine for Deadpool and Wolverine. Next up, and this is up there with Kelsey Grammer's casting announcement, Alan Cumming as Kurt Wagner, aka Nightcrawler. I have a thing for the boys in blue. What can I say? So again, like with Kelsey Grammer as Beast, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler in X-Men 2, I thought he stole the show. And Alan's been very I wouldn't say shy about it, but he kind of shies away from it. So the fact that he's come back, amazing. Whether or not it's going to be practical makeup or CGI, motion capture, I have no idea. I'd like to think he'd be game to get back into the makeup, much like Kelsey Grammer. It'd be great to see those two in the same room. This time around, it's a lady in blue, and that's Rebecca Romijn back as Mystique. I think she was so damn good as Mystique. I loved her. She was definitely a highlight for me in those original X-Men films, and it's cool to see her back. We've also got James Marsden back as Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. I was convinced he was going to appear in Deadpool and Wolverine. Wasn't the case, unfortunately. But to see him back here, absolutely cool. I love the fact that he still loves the character and he's been wanting to play that character for the longest time once again. Channing Tatum back as Remy LeBeau, aka Gambit. It was so cool to see him get his turn as Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, all the hoo-ha that happened with his solo Gambit film that just didn't come to fruition. It's just great to see him back in some way, shape, or form. Even though it's not his solo film, I think he definitely did a great job in Deadpool and Wolverine. He gave it his all. Like, he's been wanting to play this character for so long, and it was just cool to see him get his turn, and he's getting it once again. Rounding out the new Fantastic Four, we got Pedro Pascal back as Reed Richards. Well, I say back, even though technically he's already filmed Fantastic Four and it's not out yet. He's technically back as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. And then, of course, Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. What a fucking lineup and a half, guys. In terms of, like I said, this being finalized, the final full cast, I don't think so. I feel like they're going to be way into production, like halfway through filming, and there's going to be a few surprises, maybe even a few surprises that we're not going to see until the actual premiere of the film, which I'm all for. Considering they could have kept a few names a secret, absolutely. I think they definitely could have halved this announcement and kept the rest in the dark until the actual film premieres. And at the very end of that announcement video, you got RDJ there on the chair with his name on it. He turns around to the audience and goes, shh. In terms of who else I would have loved to have seen, some more of the OG X-Men cast, like Famke Jensen. Definitely would have loved to have seen Halle Berry, even Ray Park as the original Toad. I know that there was like a variant of Toad in Deadpool and Wolverine, but it'd be cool to get Ray Park back. Hugh Jackman, maybe he has been cast. We just don't know it yet, but this is huge. Like I said at the beginning of this video, guys, I think this is definitely the Russos coming back and trying to recapture the glory days of Marvel. Like, this is going to be a fucking huge film. I hope it's a hit, especially given the track record Marvel and Disney have had in the last couple of years since Endgame came along. It just, to me, hasn't been the same. Again, there's been a few moments of glory, but I think this can definitely be the comeback that they need at the moment. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below and let me know which is your favorite casting announcement. For me, it's the three blues. It's Kelsey Grammer, it's Alan Cumming, and it's Rebecca Romijn. I just think their castings were so on point. They were so memorable. Considering Alan Cumming didn't have much screen time, but obviously Kelsey had a lot more, Rebecca had a lot more. But their characters were so good and they just absolutely crushed it. But even James Marsden, man, cool to see he's getting a turn once again as Cyclops. And Channing Tatum, I'm happy for the dude. You know when you're just rooting for someone, you're like, fuck yeah, man, good for you. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.